be drinking coffee, don't really want to be eating meat. It's like everything about me got more sensitive.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful. I'm sorry. It doesn't feel like that. No, that's incredible though, that you're feeling all of those things and being so aware of the process. I was talking to this young nurse. These processes are happening and there's nothing to grasp. There's nothing to hold on to. There's nothing to stand on because there's such little awareness. It's like being stuck in purgatory, I imagine. I don't know. I feel for people that are not aware sometimes, because then you're more trapped, and it's really different kind of pain, I guess. It is a bit of a curse for sure. Yeah. I know. I told Katie, I'm like, I'm sick of it. I'm done. Can I just not think? Can I just please? Yeah, it's definitely. It's a lot of work. Yeah.
What do you find this the Hoffman process?
I need to look that up. I am the self-help queen. I have done every program under the sun. I've done a lot. What is it called? Hoffman? Mm-hmm. Hoffman, is it like a...
Yeah, just like the
process? I'm curious. I did, I don't know if you've heard of Landmark, and it's called the, what is it called? I guess Instructions for Living or something, I don't know. Change your life in 7 days. That's very cool. How have I not heard of this? Ooh, I want to do it now too. That is really cool. I'm really interested in knowing the process, because with Landmark, it was only 3 days. You go for 3 full days, it's like Tony Robbins thing, and it feels like they're selling you a condominium or like a timeshare. But I was able to shed a lot of it was an amazing process actually. So I'm curious.
That's cool. What did you shed?
Guilt.
Amazing.
Guilt and a lot of shame. There's still a lot of shame to be shed yet, but it was very freeing. And I also learned to I learned to love in a different way. Like unconditional acceptance. My sister and I we were very opposite, and she's 3 years younger than me, and we're very, very close in a way, but very opposite, and I'm almost like her mom, and she has been doing life wrong, and I thought, so she's my one example, but I've applied it to pretty much everybody. I just learned that if I'm committed to loving her, like, what the fuck? Am I committed to teaching her? Am I committed to making her wrong? If I'm committed to loving her, I don't give a fuck what she's doing. And so it was just really great.
Teach you, I came here to love you, and love will teach you.
You know what? I've never heard that, but that's actually, that's been so my experience with that, to really reminding myself of what commitment is to somebody. What is my commitment? And Katie and I were just saying, I've been married for 30 years, and I had a very challenging marriage for a very, very long time. And the last 4 years has been different because I've just loved so unconditionally that it's just been better than ever. It's been amazing. The dynamics have changed. The energy has changed. The love is like, fuck. Like, I'm thinking that we're probably going to meet up in the next lifetime. Like,
oh, really?
And this is from a marriage. I was 19 and he was 36. It was semi-arranged. So it was very challenging for a very long time. And he's very possessive and very, what I thought was possessive. And I don't commit at all. I've always been like, am I leaving now? Am I leaving? Oh, I that's why I was asking you about commitment, because I've never committed to him. I had never committed to like giving myself to him energetically even. Sharing a meal, I was not present 100%. I mean, I was present, but truly always holding back in some way. Mm-hmm. But now it's just fucking incredible. We were made for each other. We were meant to meet and do this together this one time. Wow. It was really, it's been... Huh?
Your best friend, like them?
He is not my best friend at all. He's a jerk. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you feel like your husband? Because it's not like sexual.
It's not sexual. He's like inside of me. The comfort level. He's like a fucking rock. Like he's he's just amazing. He's, you know, and I know that he doesn't like me very much sometimes, but I know he does. No, I know it's the way it has to be. I know him a lot, a little bit, but like there's zero doubt, negative doubt about being together.
It happened when you decided to commit?
So no, when I went through Landmark like 15, 20 years ago, my marriage worked and the relationship worked because at that point I decided to make a choice. I learned that loving somebody is a choice. It was a choice, and I thought, you know what, it was very freeing because it was an arranged marriage. I always wanted to get out because I'm like, oh, I didn't even want this in the first place, and I always had that energy behind me. But with Landmark, I learned to see the facts. Oh, he's not being possessive, he's just worried. If he was annoying me, I would say, you know what, if for the next 3 months, I'm only going to really focus on his positive things, and I would fall in love with him all over again. And then the cycles would come and go. But what happened the last 4 years, I think, was I finally grew the fuck up. I grew up. I finally became a fucking adult, you know, and I took responsibility for myself, and I took responsibility for the fact that
How many times
it was all my fucking doing. Huh?
How many times have you become an adult? I feel like it happens like, no, I just mean even just like,
all
I
the
feel
time.
Like it,
Yeah.
Like it happens like.
No, I mean,
But that big one.
no, for me, that was it. That was like, oh shit. Okay.
What got you there?
So, I mean, obviously, like I said, I do self-help. I think, honestly, really what got me there, and I think I haven't even recognized this, but it was truly understanding of, I mean, I'm embarrassed to say this because it's so stupid, but when I felt myself, like, why am I here? Why I got to the point where, why this life? But I am a creature of God. Like, I'm a spiritual being. I'm not a human being. I'm a spiritual being. I belong to me. I'm not a wife. I'm not a mother. When I felt the connection with God, which I hadn't ever in my life, when I felt that connection with a spiritual being or with a creator or with the universe, when I felt one with the universe, that was it for me. That I'm like, oh fuck, he's his own adult. I started seeing people so differently. It was incredible. It was a process for sure, but
How did you come to connect with the source in that way?
So psychedelics obviously helped a lot. They really did help a lot, but it was, I did some regression work, and I did, I don't know if you've heard of neuro-linguistic programming.
Yeah.
So I did a program. It was only 3 weeks, and it only lasted 3 weeks because I had to slow it down. I paid $5,000 for 5 sessions, but it lasted about 3 weeks, and it was, for the first time, I was able to go back enough. And I went through some trauma. She had me write a bunch of shit, what all the problems that I have, and we worked them out and everything. But I really got to the point of like feeling unborn and understanding that I don't know. She took me back so far that I honestly remember like asking to come to Earth. I honestly remember, oh, like I chose to be here. This was my choice. And that kind of responsibility is like, there's no room for fucking anything else. It was really just that. And so,
Yeah, I feel that.
yeah. And so that was the process for me. And I'm 48. So that was about 4 years ago. And I went through a lot of these. I mean, I've been doing self-help since I was pregnant at 19. I was fucking terrified. I did not even want kids. Katie tells me that I identify as not a mother. Right, Katie?
Yeah, well, like,
She's.
talk about the kids for so long. Like,
I don't identify as a mother. It was so scary, but back in the day, I'm like, oh, I am not fucking this up. Like, I got another human being. So I started reading, and I've always been, you know, intuitive and doing things. And even as a child, just, you know, figuring out the fucked upness of life. But yeah, it's been a journey, and I've had a lot of aha moments and insights and growths. But But this last one was really fucking amazing. It was like, oh, okay, that's it. I'll still forget it occasionally, like the last few weeks, but it's something to go back to. It's something to go back to even now, and I think that's part of the wisdom that you're probably gonna be gaining along the way too, is that I miss my depression. Like, I miss my fucked upness. I miss it because even though it comes up, it's so outside of me. It's not who I am. And you know, I've been miserable enough where I told Katie the other day I want to kill myself. Like, I've been that miserable, but it's not hopeless. No longer hopeless. It's just the thing that comes up.
And you know.
And it hurts. And it hurts. I think it still hurts. Like, I still think I was pulling my hair out, and I swear I had a nervous breakdown last week so intensely. I was throwing things. I was breaking things. It was pretty intense, but it's still, huh?
Maybe it's all the solar flares.
Oh, the last few weeks have been intense for me, but it's not, and I can feel all the emotions, but I am inherently fucking a bowl of light. I am inherently untouchable that way. And I'm saying this now, I didn't feel it last week, but it just does not penetrate anymore. You know, but I'm still fucking living it. I'm fucking hard and uncomfortable.
She's a Gemini.
No, but I mean, I do.
At first, because I'd be like, wait, I don't get
So
it.
that there's something to that too. The dichotomy lives in me, like it flows through me, you know.
Remember I said it's like almost like, you know, polarizations, like as things come out from your unconscious. Like, then they're polarizations for a little while.
Yeah.
And like it's cognitive dissonance, so they can't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like you speak them out, so it probably helps them to meet. Like probably helps their cognitive dissonance.
No, it definitely does. But it's a process all the time, but it's very cool.
I just had to figure it out at first. Like,
yeah, Katie was confused.
And then I was like,
because I'm like, Ted is a fucking asshole, but I love him.
Well, like I'm like psychedelics. She's just like, he hates me. It's so beautiful.
I know. I'm like, I love that he hates me. That's beautiful. In the last few weeks, I'm telling you, I've learned. I've been practicing, and my next phase is really turning all of that pain and feeling nothing but love. You know, and it's hard, but I've tasted it a couple of times. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's almost like orgasmic. I'm like, oh fuck. Like, this is fucking love. Wow. Like, I got it.
I learned to never say I learned anything out loud.
No.
Well, sometimes I do, but like then I feel like the universe is always like, did you?
Oh, for sure. Oh, totally, all the time. I learned it for the week, and then it's a new lesson next week, and then it's not the lesson, and then it is the same one.
Can I wear a t-shirt?
Of course.
I think I'm gonna make moves towards bed.
I got it ready for you.
Talking with you, Elva.
You too. Thank you for letting me share. I hadn't spoken those things out loud. Thank you.
Yeah. Hopefully you're about your journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did feel sorry for a long time. Ted is very resentful of me. He always knew that there was something holding back, and he's so resentful of that. And what I don't think he is anymore. And that it was a hard thing for me to see that I had really not truly loved him the way he understands love. That was hard.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's definitely part of what I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Class and just like the idea of commitment and the things within me that push against it.
Yeah, that commitment was really hard for me too. It was like a rebellion of some kind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think honestly, for me, looking back at that rebellion really was all of the things that I was made to withstand as a child, I guess. It's not even about dominating, but it's about just loving and just giving myself permission to love. Anyway.